how it was done in the AL project. If
Mhm.
Bhupender has any question, then I can answer whatever was done there. So and I did also send the high level technical design document today, which might even explain the design whatever we were using. And if anything else is needed, I can work with Faninder to get those documents because they were in that
Yeah,
AL laptop.
yeah, yeah. So Hitesh, so basically you have to test a advanced queue adapter you were telling, right? So
Yeah, that
that you
today
can,
morning you told me, and I said
yeah,
that I will be looking into it.
right.
Advanced,
I
you
think that's what
wanted
that's what.
to test advanced Oracle Advanced Queue with OIC integration, right?
Yeah, with OIC.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you what happened is so we enable the EBS adapter, and then the standard what do we say, the standard business events in EBS, they are not useful in our integration. Okay, because even if we are working with
Upinder, your voice is breaking.
Yeah.
Upinder, you there? Upinder, Upinder.
Pani, this is Shiva speaking.
Hey, Shivana.
Yeah, anything from my end so that I can connect with Prabhu on this. I discussed with Prabhu Bhupinder also.
Mhm.
I actually have to drop off. I have a doctor appointment now.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
okay,
Pani.
Shivanand.
Yeah, yeah,
Shivanand, I got your message.
yeah, yeah. Thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
yeah. So Mani,
Bhupinder, your voice is breaking. Hello. Bhupinder. Bhupinder. I think it's disconnected. Let me dial in again. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, Pani, we can hear you, but
Yeah, I
from
think.
Bhupinder's side, it might be some network connectivity issue, I guess.
Yeah, I think he connected back.
yeah,
Bhupinder.
Pani, am I audible now?
Yeah, now it's clear, Bhupinder.
Oh, okay, yeah. Sorry, I got disconnected and then the audio went away.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah.
okay, so what I was telling Pani is, so I thought you are asking Hitesh about the advanced queues that we discussed today, right? That part. Hello.
Yes. I mean, whatever from AL side, because AL side, there is no customization from the customer part and all. So it's
Mm-hmm.
pretty standard process as similar to the CBS instance, the Vision instance that we are using here. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't see any complexity unless they have some sort of, form customization or enhancement, form customization with
Yeah,
some
those are different things, but about integration. So what I was explaining, Pani, is so today I explored the EBS adapter, and we cannot use the events in EBS adapter. Otherwise, there would be one flow per event, and there can be many events for customer alone. Okay, so that is not practical to use. So another way is either to use to poll a table in Oracle EBS, or to use the advanced queue method. So that is when I asked today to explore on advanced queue.
Mhm.
Okay.
But
So
again,
Hitesh, hmm,
advanced queues is one thing. where if you have a day-to-day transactions and very often, then that can update and you know that integration can call from advanced queues. But here, from a demo purpose, either way it's fine. Whether it's we use that event-based or
Yeah.
but whatever
Right.
is
So,
simple,
mhm.
please go ahead
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah, that is
I mean,
not simple. That I
making
can tell you. I mean, uh, using for
Mhm.
that for demo, I think we will need to go with it if we do not have any other option. But
Mhm.
event driven with the advanced queue with OIC for demo, uh, I am not sure how much sense it will make. But that is fine. I mean, I can do whatever the design and the decision have been made.
Mhm. So Hitesh, maybe you can collect from Funinder what all it took to enable an advanced queue, and we'll sit down and
No,
compare it with the.
see,
Mhm.
I already was part of those. So it does not, the DBA has to basically create a queue in the database, and
Mhm.
mm, there it just DBA has to configure. They were not even using all the separate queues for separate services. They were using only one queue for service, and in the data, you are putting the intelligent message so that you can pick up and on the basis of the text. So
Mhm.
that's how they were doing it. I can tell you right away.
Okay, okay. And so based on the data, you had a router composite or BPEL, right? And which calls other integrations.
Right. It picks up
Oh.
the message from that queue because that queue will be containing the messages for several flows, right? Several other
Mhm.
services.
Bhupinder, I think coming to your statement just now, it's not based on the data, it's just from the queue.
Right.
But the queue is the one which captures this data very often in the system. So that is something from DBA side, once the queue is enabled, the data will pick and update there.
Yeah, fine, got it, Pani.
So from
So.
ICS point of view,
Mhm.
see if you can take it from that advanced queues, or do you need to build multiple against each event? That is one thing, if you can, put in detail, we can have a detailed discussion on that. But in
Yeah,
real
Pani.
time,
So.
but in real time projects, when we go for, we will always suggest the advanced queues, unless from a client specific point of view, if the client IT team who is knowledgeable in that area and they said, oh, we want to go ahead with by event based, it's up to them. But in most of the cases, it's going to be advanced queues.
Yeah, so Pani, let's try to do the advanced queue. It would be my suggestion because then we'll gain the knowledge as well, right? Doing this. So
Yeah,
what we
advanced
can,
queues is as simple, straightforward, right? So,
yeah,
but
it
from
should be
ICS point of
straightforward.
view, you need to see how that will take the data and
Yeah, yeah.
especially the status of the data.
Mm-hmm.
Because the queues will, update the data, and if once the ICS is failed, and if the data is pushed through, then it will change the status. You won't be able to pick the data from advanced queues again. So that challenge is there.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to see that. If it's event based, it's okay. So always be there, and even if ICS failed, and you can pick the data again. That is one thing you need to, explore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we can so can we take the necessary inputs from Funinder, like what the DBA set and what he set up in EBS, and try to replicate the same? Like let us try that, and then we can reassess.
So Hitesh, can you take that input from Faninder and share it here in our next discussion? You, me, and Bhupinder will have a separate call on this.
Yes, sure.
Okay. I'll send a note to Faninder on that.
Yeah, please start a thread and then I will follow up on that.
Okay. Now coming to So, Prabhu, from your end, like I mentioned yesterday, don't just wait on the customer part. Once this part is done from your end, please start work on that products and orders.
Orders, yeah.
Okay. I would suggest to take the orders first and then go to products.
Yeah.
Because we are using here is a prison instance, right? It's not a brand new instance. So
Yeah.
So Prabhu, whenever you have whenever you are out of work, no, just let me know. So we can get together and I can assign you something. Okay, for this integration.
Yeah, Bhupendra.
again, from orders and products point of view, it should not be weeks. Okay. Because once we complete these three, we still have to work on that payments part and shipping and tax calculation. Those three are the major parts where it involves a lot of back and forth testing and discussions. So that is something it's going to be next level of challenging task here. So let's finish these three first. That's very important. Customer, products, and orders.
Yeah, Pani, right now he's working on OCC to EBS API, and he also next he needs to work on EBS to OCC customers.
No, first everything, whatever we work, it has to be first OCC, EBS to OCC. But anyway, since he worked on it from EBS to OCC, let's finish that part. And then even orders and products, even orders, finish it from EBS to OCC and then OCC to EBS. And then products, EBS to OCC. Clear?
Yeah.
Should I repeat the sequence again?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
OCC to
Prabhu,
EBS, OCC to EBS for customer.
Yeah, Pani, just 1 second. So Prabhu, can you note down this sequence and just ping it in the chat so that we all have it?
Yeah.
Okay. No, let me bring it in chat right away. I'll put this. Okay.
Because then we all need to work based on that, right? So whatever Prabhu is working on, the same thing we have to work in integration. We cannot jump. So that is the reason.
OCC to EBS. Yeah, meanwhile, you guys can discuss other points. I'm going to type this message here.
Yeah, Prabhu, you sent me that package?
Sorry, Bhupendra?
Yeah, you sent me the package. Okay, I saw it now. One moment. So Prabhu, we'll discuss after this call.
Yeah, sure.
On this. Yeah. And Prabhu, what is the status of so ISG? You are telling the REST API is created, so that means you can give us the REST API, right? Or
Yeah.
you need more work on this?
No. That is a seeded program. If you want, you can use it to test to populate the customer account.
Mm-hmm. So you want to create for this custom package and give us, right?
Yeah, that is because the data is it's clubbed together, right? We will get multiple things here, so we have to create a custom package and then register it and deploy it and get the URL.
Okay, so when can that be done?
Yeah, we'll discuss in the call. So okay, the same package which I'm developing, I'll parallelly try to register in ISG as well.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Whatever testing I can do it manually, as well as we can using the Visual also we can test it and see both the types of errors like what we come across.
Yeah. So question is like, you can do it by tomorrow, or when the
Yeah, yeah,
IS
yeah.
for this
I'll
custom
try to
package.
finish it tomorrow, like ISG.
Mhm. Okay, fine. Yeah. So we need both this package and the URL, and then design aspect I'll discuss with you in next call.
Yeah, sure.
Mhm. So it seems Shivananda has dropped.
Yeah, he has some appointment.
Okay, fine.
Okay, I just paste the sequence of for customers OCC to EBS and EBS to OCC. OCC to EBS is completed. I think from EBS to OCC is also pretty much.
No, Pani. From EBS to OCC, he needs to write a query. So it will take at least 2 days.
No,
Two days
he
to
already
get the.
started working on it,
Okay.
Bhupendra,
Oh,
earlier, and then
oh,
jump into OCC to EBS. So Prabhu, so you can focus on that, and then EBS to OCC, it should be history and new orders, and then
Okay.
OCC to EBS, it's just new orders.
Yeah.
And products, again EBS to OCC, and then invoices, EBS to OCC, just history.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, this is the sequence we got complete as soon as possible in next few days. Okay.
Yeah.
So whatever you can do parallelly, please try to work on it rather than doing one after one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So because unless we have this thing, at least we don't have any milestones to show that completed. And then parallelly we can focus on the payment part and shipping and tax calculation. So Shivanand is already exploring it. I'll catch up with him separately on that.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. So anything else, Bhupinder?
no, we are good, Pani.
Okay, good. Okay, let's catch up later, and but at least please make sure everyone update the issue log and resolution approach that you have taken. It need not to be detailed write-up, at least 2 to 3 liners. Whether it's approach Oracle support or workaround or quick fix, whatever it is. And then everything must be documented. Yeah. So no documents or flows should be shared via email. Even if you share via email, that must be there in share folder. I have created 3 folders yesterday under documents. Did everyone get a chance to go through it?
Yes, I did, Pani.
Okay, let me share that once again. So just in case if anyone has any questions, we can can you guys see my screen?
Yes, Pani. Yes.
So this is the folder I created yesterday. Earlier it was like
Yeah, Pani, you are muted. We cannot hear you.
oh, sorry about that. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bhupinder, earlier you created these documents, right? This document folder, earlier you created configuration. I rename it as a documents, and underneath I bring it to 3 different folders: configuration, design and development, and requirements. So this is the Excel sheet which you already created. You can see it here, but again that was divided into 3: functional, integration, and technical. I think these 4 were updated by Hitesh. But Hitesh, when you update these documents, it has to be specific. Okay, please feel free to create a folder and name it specifically and then upload these documents.
Sure, I can do that, but I just try to put it in the name. But I would be more like specific.
And this is the document, Bhupinder, yesterday you created, right? You updated. I bring the document here, and then you can add all the technical related documents. So Prabhu, you can, if you want, you can create a subfolder here and specific to task, and then you can add the documents.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Pani, this OCC implementation, actually it is, actually OCC is a small application, right? In terms of configuration, it's not elaborate like EBS. So, so I would suggest to keep a single one for OCC. Like, yeah, I don't think we should divide it into functional, integration, or technical. I think we can have OCC, integration, and EBS. And in EBS, we'll have functional and technical.
Yeah, but this document, the reason I kept it as a technical, it could be EBS or any other application, right? Later, when we go for the customers, it need not to be all the customers are having Oracle EBS. Okay. But the reason I kept it as technical by default anyway, everybody knows right now, we are maintaining this as a EBS technical. So moving forward, this folder will grow, like with a lot more documents and version controls and all.
So Pani, the OCC implementation what I created, that is same as these in previous screen we had this OCC apparels implementation demo phase 1. That's the same Excel, and that we can keep it under functional.
Which one you're saying? That Excel sheet?
Yeah. So both Excels are same. If you go inside configuration, this apparels Excel is also the same one. The apparels implementation demo phase 1. I just renamed it. So this one we can keep it under functional because it has requirement specification and the configuration for each tab what we did.
Yeah, for configuration, I kept it functional, integration, technical. So for configuration, the reason I kept it as a functional is just to capture the business requirement document, like at a high level. Okay, like I mentioned some points, right, from EBS to OCC integration now. I want to put in a document format. Okay, bring the customers, existing customer history, and also assumptions like creating a new customer from OCC and ensure that will sync up with existing customer master in EBS. So it's kind of requirement document models. So we'll capture those documents under this here.
Okay.
For those documents, the reason I'm capturing it is we can use those documents as a readily available templates when we go for the implementation. Because right now we have two tasks. It's not just about the readiness for the development and expertise. Parallelly, we need to build these documents, right? So that we can go with the proper planning. Okay, quickly we can do a rapid implementations. So we don't have to justify how much time it's going to take for the documents and all. Pretty much we can redesign these documents or maybe fine tune, and then we can reuse it by customer specific.
Fine, yeah.
I can say client specific. And then similarly for the integration also. So that's the reason the document which you created, I have shared under technical right now.
Okay.
We can keep the same document across both functional and technical. That should not be a problem. And we can add multiple tabs underneath. In the same document, multiple tabs. And when it comes to other thing, this is another important thing, design and development. Here you can see both ICS components and REST APIs mapping integration points. So when it comes to Prabhu, you can maintain all your documents under this. It's not just only the documents, if possible, the code repositories and like version controls.
Yeah.
Okay. So that way we don't have to search like, oh, earlier I uploaded the document or shared somewhere, I need to look for. No, we should not end up with such a situation. We have to have everything readily available here. And then similarly from ICS components, Bhupender, whatever is required under this folder, you can add it. So you can, it's not just documents. If needed, you can add the subfolders and then add the documents. That's even much better.
I think, Pani, so we have somewhere we had technical folder. Where did it go? 1 second. So
it is there.
No, it's so under design and development or under configuration.
So right now, this document folder, it has access to everyone here. You, Hitesh, Prabhu, Pradeep, and Shivanand, and Shubha. Okay. And under the configuration, we have functional, integration, and technical. This configuration is nothing but a prerequisites, maintain like a checklist and all. Okay, right now that document was under this technical. This one. Should I open it? See for the payments and all. And then orders, users, again customers. Users are our users. Items, catalogs, promotions, and this UA and UA So we'll add multiple tabs here.
Yeah, these are more functional in nature, Pani.
Yeah, and then we'll add one more, like tags. Okay. So Prabhu, again, I'm going back to the documents. Design and development, OCC, documents, design and developments, then ISIS components and REST APIs from EBS technical point of view.
Yeah.
You can see that. And Prabhu and Pradeep, if you create that advanced queues, just whatever you can capture, like a screenshot or whatever, just maintain one document and capture it here. I'll create another folder just for EB activities. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Pani. Sure.
Yeah, Pani, what I would suggest is like this, we are generally using this for different documents and any design related things. But the actual code, it should be in a code repository. That should be a separate folder for all the code.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. For all the codes underneath, under this, like for example, this ICS, okay? You can create two folders, one from a documents and other one is code repository. But still everything will comes under ICS components. It's not like documents will be separate and code is separate, no. If anything related to ICS, the documents folder and the code repository has to be together under ICS. So that way we'll have a better control of it. And it's easy to reference.
Okay.
Let me create. So how do you want me to name the?
Yeah, but for ICS, Hitesh, we don't have really any code, right? It's all downloads.
Code means we will be having the like metadata plus whatever mapping and transformation if we need to do that in that. So we can give the at least flow screenshot, that would be suffice, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, but no real code, right? It's all tool based.
Yeah, configuration basically all the logics which we will need to implement in the mapping, that all we will need to capture, I guess.
Okay.
So
Basically, we can download the artifacts, right, and then we can put it here, so that if they needs to be migrated or imported in any other environment later on, I mean, they can be used.
Okay.
is that clear? So Bhupinder, now you can see these three. For ICS components and REST APIs, DB activities is separate. ICS components, again, I have created this code repository and flows, data metrics, and statistics that you can.
Okay.
And then for REST APIs, code repository, EBS flows, APIs, URLs, mapping docs, and endpoints. Okay. Please take a please take a liberty if it needs to be changed with the naming convention or whatever is easier. You can change it, but it has to be in the same sequence. The DB, whatever the DB activities, and then REST APIs, and then ICS. The sequence of 1, 2, and then 3.
Okay, Pani.
Okay. Okay, good.
Yeah, Pani, Prabhu here.
Yeah, Prabhu.
So for this codes, say developed in EBS, should go under the same place
Yes.
with the new folder.
Yes.
Okay. Like DB activities, I can name it as like EBS code.
Yeah,
repository.
and mention it. If it's a customer specific, just mention customer folder, create a subfolder customers, and then add that. If it's a
Okay.
product, create a folder products, and then add it. If it's orders, create a subfolder orders, and then add it.
Yeah, fine.
Okay. Be very organized.
Yeah.
Okay. See, if you end up with loading 10 files, and we should not able to, spend time looking at all the documents and figure out which is products, which is orders, and which is customers.
Yeah,
Right.
Pani, again for customers, there should be 2 folders. One for OCC to EBS and another one for EBS to OCC. So they should be 2 separate.
No, not required, because it will cover anyway 2 documents, right? We don't need a separate folders unless you have multiple documents required to capture in each folder.
Yeah, because code files will be different for so one side flow will be an entirely different code file, and so in some customer, if we just want to do OCC to EBS, let's say hypothetically, then we should have that code separate, right?
Yeah, okay. That's why feel free to add the subfolders underneath.
Fine.
But while capturing the documents, we should not just just take it. Everyone should not take it light. Just adding the documents. Add the documents under the right folder is the key here. Okay. Even if I didn't go to the content every time, but I'll definitely look at these folders. Are we up to date or not with the required document and with the relevant document under each required folder? Okay, that's how that makes our job easier moving forward. So every effort we are doing right now, it has to be referenceable and it has to be referenceable and the maximum reusable. Okay. Good. Any questions? So we already crossed 14 minutes.
Yeah, Pani, we are good.
Good. Okay. Thanks everyone. And so Bhupinder and Hitesh, if needed, I'll shoot an email to Paninder, and Hitesh try to collect that input. And once you have that ready, we'll set up a call between you, me, and Bhupinder. Okay.
Yeah, sure thing. And if you want, we can have call between 3 of us. But I think Bhupinder already said today that he has finalized that design processing for the flows where it needs to be.
Yeah, but still just arrange a call. It's not like a world is going to end by today, right? So Bhupinder is very flexible in that. We'll see, because we need to make sure what is the best approach. Okay?
Sure, sir.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.